USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Brooks Running reminds us that we're all powered by something. Whether it's the me-time energy of a run after a day at the office, the electrifying energy of your first marathon, or the infectious energy of a group run with your friends. No matter what energy powers you, Brooks has gear specifically designed to unleash it. So lace up and let it out. Let's run there. Visit brooksrunning.com today to learn more.
Icy Hot Pro with 2 max strength pain relievers. Targets multiple pain receptors. Ice works fast. Heat makes it last.
Vitamin Water Zero Sugar has great taste, zero BS, and obviously zero sugar. For those with zero room in their calendar, zero patience for slow walkers, those who get 0 hours of sleep on a Saturday night, have zero filter, zero given, and zero interest in grabbing a plain, boring water. Grab a delicious Vitamin Water Zero Sugar today.
Welcome into the Tour Coach, everybody. I'm your host, Tony Ruggiero, as I am every week here on the Tour Coach podcast. If you've been listening for a while or you've recently started listening, you probably know that, or if you're new, this is really for you, but these are the stories and the conversations and the chats with the people that I meet in my journey in golf, coaching, teaching, playing golf. These are the fitness instructors, the mental coaches, the performance coaches, the other teachers, the players, and the people that I run into day to day teaching and coaching that I think shed interesting perspectives, have great views and information that can help all of you that love the game of golf play better, coach better, teach better, practice better. It's all in an effort to give you the best information. So hopefully you like these conversations here on the Tour Coach. We appreciate all of you listening and watching. And more importantly, or equally as important, we appreciate our sponsors, Mitch McConnell and Buick GMC, Blaine Stokely, Stokely's Midtown Garden Center, Taylor Martino and Rowan. And none of this would be possible without the folks at Shrixon Golf and Vineyard Vines and Bushnell. They've been with us forever. We're going to be with you, helping you play the game of golf better. Enjoy the Tour Coach podcast. Go find us on YouTube, Dew Sweeper TV. Follow us, like us, comment. All right, so joining me here, we're not live because we didn't want to totally venture into the live realm tonight. I don't know why. A lot of it is because we couldn't figure out how to work the microphones on the YouTube part. But back here at the Golf Dorm, down here at PGA, which is a very cool place to be. Luke Guthrie down here, getting ready for Q School, but playing in a minor league. Good we did. Might argue 15 of my better minutes of work tonight.
That was solid.
Pivot pack. We're going to get you. I'm getting you one out of my suitcase tonight.
The best players in the world.
And this is the second or third time I've said this on this podcast, but the best players in the world are all using the pivot pack. Will McFadden getting ready for Q School, right? Yes, your first real venture into Q School.
Right.
And me, who I actually do feel like I've lost some weight through here because I just took my Mounjaro shot or Mounjaro or whatever it's called.
Feeling great.
I'm feeling good and having some wine. First, before we get into the golf, I do want to discuss the fact that there's nobody that's more Midwestern than you. We did discuss.
Fair.
Do we not think he's the prototypical Midwestern? He never says anything mean, anything bad. He likes Culver's.
Culver's is delicious. It's kind of Wisconsin, a little north for the Illinois boy, but it's delicious.
So it's north of you.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's a Wisconsin kind of thing. They got cheese curds in there, and everybody loves their cheese curds.
Yeah, we got one in Mobile. We'll have to go check it out.
We should. I've never been. I know there's that one right by the Fresh Market.
Culver's is crushing it.
Yeah.
You want to get in on the Culver's right now.
All right. So Dew Sweepers are all. And look, if anybody with Culver's, like in an influential position, is listening to this and wants to sponsor this, look, we've had Epic Western they're still a big part of us. We just didn't have any to drink when we were doing this. So we went with red wine from, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give a shout out to Owen Bousman and his mom from California. This is the bottle we're drinking from in here.
It's delicious.
Very good. So let's talk about Q School. And somebody asked me the other day, do you go to Q School? And I said, hell no. Like, that's the last tournament I ever want to be.
Stressful.
Because there's nothing I can do that's worth the shit, right? I'm going to start with you. You've been before. You've made it before. You've been to the highest level and you're back and you're climbing your way through. You're exempt through the first stage, going to second stage.
Yep.
I want to ask you, like, what are your thoughts to prepare going through? And then what is some advice you give to Will who's going through it for his first time? Because one of the cool things, and we were sitting in there joking, other than the fact that I thought you should have given me my Mounjaro shot in the butt, and you didn't, and I'm a little bit.
I offered as long as it was not north of mid-thigh, and you didn't agree.
So like, look, if anybody's out there doing Mounjaro shots, come see me. But anyways, seriously, like, it's been fun watching you two guys the last couple times, and like, I know you guys are out there on the putting green. I love the whole guys have been out there and the guys coming up and the guys bonding. We don't pat ourselves on the back very often, but I do think that's a cool thing of how everybody hangs out around here.
Sure.
And I think that's a really cool thing about what's building in Old Palm. One of the things that I know Mark and I are most proud of is we've had a bunch of good young players and guys like you coming back, working, and it's created a very cool culture and atmosphere that I know I strive to provide. So talk a little bit. What are you thinking about? How are you preparing, if any, different than anything else? And what the hell would you tell Will McFadden?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Q School is probably the most pressure you feel. I think the hardest round of golf, I think you could ask, I think Scheffler even referenced this lately. Like, final round of second stage might be the most pressure round of golf in professional golf. I mean, obviously, like, final round of, like, Masters and all that stuff, but, like, final round of Q School, second stage, and for first stage, super hard too, but, like, it's just, like, you just got to, like, put your head down and just play. I feel like, for sure, like, 63 golf holes of just, like, not paying attention to anything, just doing your thing, be confident in what you're doing, take care of every easy thing. Just no bogeys, best you can. Birdie the par fives, make it as simple as you can. And then if you come 9 holes left, like, what do I got to do? Hopefully it's cruising in the house. It's now you get something for winning second stage. I think you get status. So there is a purpose to win, but normally there's
Which
not.
I think's better, right?
Advance.
Because I think that whole, like, where it used to be, you just had to make it, nobody got anything. I think that's different than you guys ever play for. Normally you're playing a golf tournament to win.
Yeah.
Or trying to make a putt to make an extra grand or
right,
something.
or whatever. But, like, going and playing for nothing, that's a funky deal.
It's weird.
Yeah. Right.
And, like, it's kind of nice that they're doing that second stage because that'd be huge coming down the stretch and, like, you're one back and it kind of keeps you on the gas pedal because I think that's the hardest thing is when you know you're kind of probably inside a mark and you start playing a little defensive and you're just like, don't make mistakes. And it's like balancing that because you can't be reckless, but, like, still, like, being aggressive to conservative targets, whatever you got to do. It's just such a mind game. It's like, I haven't played a ton of match play, but I feel like it's a little more like that. It's such situational golf.
Great.
So, like, are you looking at the leaderboard after each round and really trying to figure it out, or are you really just trying to play your game for the first?
I try to, like, take a quick
holes.
glance after each day just to keep track, but then I do my best to just kind of have a number predicted and then just, like.
How close are you normally on your number you predict to what?
I struggle at, like, before the first round, but after the first round, I feel like I know pretty good, and you can see the weather coming or whatever. People normally get a little more tight the last round. So if 3 under's your number, you know, after the first day, if that would be, you can probably think 12 is obviously good, but 11, 10, you know. So it's kind of nice to know where you don't need to panic if you shoot 2 under the first day. It's like, just keep doing your thing and bank on a hot 9 holes. And don't be scared of a hot 9 holes. And then you get to cruise through.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think just from watching over the years, you see guys go out and shoot themselves out of it in the first 18. And then you see guys that you watch veterans go out and they're hanging around just above or just below the number. And then as the thing keeps going on, they keep working their way up, right? That's what I see. And guys that know that if they don't go a little worse than this on the first couple days, they're in the mix to play. Kind of what you said, like one good 9 holes and it changes everything.
That's the key. When I've gone through second stage, I think I've gone through 3 times.
By the way, this line, Colleen Bozeman, is phenomenal.
It's smooth.
It's very smooth.
When you go through a stage easy, it's just you look back and you played probably, what would it be? You got 8, 9 holes of golf, and I bet you played 6 of them 1 to 2 under, and you probably played 1 even or 1 over, and you played 1 4 or 5 under. And if you just stayed patient and just not force that 4 or 5, because you get 8 opportunities, you try to force something, it ain't gonna work. And you get a 30-footer go in on the second hole, then you got a par 5, and you birdie that, all of a sudden you're 2 under, and getting short par 4, and it just kind of comes to you. But forcing that is hard at Q School.
See, I think every time I watch Q School, it actually very much reminds me of majors. And when I watch it and I talk to players in it, it reminds me of Tiger's, where he's, the point system he had, where if you play the par 5s good, and play the short par 4s good, basically, and you don't make bogeys with wedges, and you don't 3-putt, you're going to be in the mix, right? And I think guys go out, and I've watched guys too that I've taught, and some that I didn't, but that I think they feel like they have to do more than they need to do sometimes.
Yeah.
And that forces them, I think, into making some mistakes early. And then they invariably at the end are like, well, if I hadn't have made 6 on that hole when I hit that shot, I didn't need to.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I think that Q School and majors have an odd similarity in that there's a lot of pressure. And I think people feel like they have to do more than they need to do to get in the mix.
Yeah.
I kind of ran into that at the Americas Q School in May. I played great in the first 2 rounds, was in the second to last group in the 3rd round, and played a great front 9 in round 3. Got myself to well within inside the number by the time the week was over. Got it to 11 under. I think 10 under got status with 27 to play. And I hit a wedge into a bunker and made double from the middle of the fairway on my 10th hole. And it freaked me out, and I tried to go get that back on the next 2 or 3 holes and ended up making a couple more bogeys. At the end of the day, I shoot 4 over on that 9 and then play the final round, ended up missing by 1. So I tried to get 1 hole back in immediately instead of just sticking to the game plan.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? I think this, because lots of golfers listen to this, teachers, golfers, playing, they mess up an easy par 5 or a short par 4. And then I watch them, and I watch junior golfers do this all the time. Bogeys on par 5s drive me absolutely batshit crazy, right? As a teacher.
Any 6, any 3-putt.
Right. But when you do mess up and you bogey an easy par 4, you've got the wedge in your hand.
Right. It's hitting in that bunker wasn't even in my mind.
Right.
And it just out of nowhere made a bad swing and was
which happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
How do you keep yourself, and when you playing now, or when you were playing your best, and all the great players you played with on tour, how do you keep that from affecting the next shot? Or what's the best way to approach it?
Each person's different. Obviously, I can be fiery. So
no.
So if I try to act fine and back to equilibrium, that's probably when I'm going to make some more mistakes, actually, because really I'm pissed. Just either let it out, you don't have to make a fool of yourself, or whatever you got to do. and move forward. Or I actually play really good golf when I'm like pissed off. So like I'm not scared of being pissed off. I don't want to be whiny. Big difference of being mopey or being like pissed. So it's like I almost kind of use that as an advantage then. But as I matured in the game, I would say I do a better job now of trying to get back on track. Like I'll be more cognizant on that 11th hole of getting the ball on the green. How do I, because when your mentality is just like hit a green and you see how big a green is, if you have like an 8-iron, you're like, holy crap, I got that. But you see a pin tucked and you want to stuff it. Now, if you got a number and like the winds, I'm a cutter, if it winds down off right to, a easy pin, like, sure, knock it down kind of thing. But that helps me get going again. As I've gotten older in the game, like I'm a lot better at that. Like whether it's choosing club on that next hole, my caddy once, I remember I was at the Valspar, number 10. I was hitting the shot up the hill and like, it was like 167 back pin on 10. You don't go over that green.
Nope.
And like had 8-iron in my hand, wins nothing, picks up like right when it's my time to hit. I'm backing off. You can see me doing my little stutter step. Like I want to hit the 8. I don't want to bring 7. And he's just like, Pro, where's the 8 gonna be if you hit this and gets hit by the wind? I'll be like 30 feet short. And he's like, good point. I'm ready to make a mistake, forcing this. And it's just that frame of mindset of just like, slow down, let's get going again. And like, especially in Q school, like you're under control, making good, aggressive golf swings. Things are going to be just fine.
My old mentor used to say, amongst a lot of things, but that you want to make aggressive swings at friendly targets under pressure, right? And under conservative. And he did this thing one time I thought was amazing. I hadn't done it since. I haven't seen anybody do it. But we took a group of golfers, different abilities out there for a thing he had going at Greystone in Birmingham, and he took all the flag sticks out.
Yeah.
And had people play 9 holes.
How good did they play?
And every one of them they shot 3, 4, 5 strokes better than their handicap. It was bizarre. And I was, this was 20 years ago or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing now. I really didn't know what I was doing then, right? And, I was like, it's amazing. And to me, if you could play the first 36 at Q school without the flag in, what would you do?
You'd be somewhere between 1 under par and 6 under par.
Right?
That's probably what you'd know. Like,
and I think if you could go into that mindset, and I don't know lots, but I think from like you watch some of the best players and like you listen to stuff Tiger said and you listen to stuff other people I know that won majors, like I think that's the way you get yourself in position, right? And then you made a great point of being like you get to a certain point where you can evaluate where you are and what you need to do. But you've got to get to that point first.
That's what the whole first, whenever people start looking, whether it's 3 rounds, whether it's, I've always I haven't played as well lately, but when I was playing really well, it was back 9 on Sunday. It's like head down. I don't care what's happening for 63 holes. And then you look up, if I got to shoot 7 under on the back 9 to maybe win a golf tournament, like done that before. Maybe you take a little more risk. Sure. You want to do it, but you ain't going to do that in the second round or the third round.
And that's what I think happens to lots of young guys, not putting you in that mix, but like young guys get out there and then they make a mistake and they go to 1 over and they're like, oh shit, all of a sudden, right? And even like Andy's one of the best navigators around a golf course I've ever worked with. And we were talking one day about like the Liv's 54 holes, right? So he said like when he didn't get off to a good start early on Friday, you might feel like you had to force, and played really good the last few weeks. And one of the things he did was he started treating the Pro-Am on Thursday like it was the real first round, like with the caddy, the way he prepped and everything, turn it into a set, right?
Yeah.
And but I think that's like you don't have as much time. And so for people that are live bashers and all that stuff, like it's actually harder, I think, to play 54 holes, right? Because of whether a guy's the best player in the world or not, whoever's up, like if you don't get off to the good first 9 holes, it's hard. There's less room.
It's like college too. It felt like in college every week, the person that won just got, 36 holes first day, 18 holes the second day. It just felt like the guy that always won was the guy that just rode a heater for 36 hours. Like,
feel.
You only have one sleep in between the whole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So if you roll on a heater, you just go win the tournament by 5.
Yeah.
So it's hard to play consistent golf and win. In college, I felt like for that reason, like you just always had one or two guys that just took off each week.
And I think professional golf's much different. Q school's much different. I think both of those, they're much more about doing your thing over a period of time.
Yeah.
And and I think that's because the talent levels are so on all the professional tours, right? And so, even if you go out there and you blitzkrieg at the first 9 holes, like you got to know that there's other people out there that can do it.
Yeah.
What do you think? So from a golf game perspective, as you prepare, you said something to me in a text a few weeks ago about, hey, I'm paraphrasing because I'm not photographic memory here, especially after this wine. But, basically I'm hitting the ball good again, comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
But my game's being a world-class wedge player and putter.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to go, how do you practice and prepare the parts of your game to get ready? But more importantly, I think it's important to know your strengths and to make them really sharp going into.
That's really why I'm down here right now playing this minor league, and it didn't go well today. But
you weren't you didn't come in like a chunk of chicken wing at us or anything.
I'm 34 now. Look at me, I'm just a new man.
Maybe a Culver's.
No,
are you 34?
34.
Circling the drain, bud.
All right. No grace.
I'm only 19 years older than you. How's that make you feel?
No, my putter, I'm a great putter. When I've putt my best, I don't think there's many people better than me at putting. And to be frank, I've putted terrible for a couple years, and I'm just struggling to figure it out. So that's the main thing for me. Like you said, sharpening. If I feel like I'm putting well going into Q school, I'll be fine.
What'd you do? What are you doing to get back to being one of the best putters in the world?
It's really just kind of trial and error. It's probably not the best kind of method, but I came down here worked hard for a week on something and just a little pressure on it. And greens aren't the smoothest over there right now because summer down here.
Yeah. And everything's been punched within the last few weeks.
So, but that's actually a good opportunity because if you're really stroking it well and putting well, sure, you're going to miss some just because they're bumpy, but you're going to putt better than the next person.
Mm-hmm.
So when I kind of knew 4 holes in today that I didn't like what I was doing. So it's been a week and, I'm not going down a wrong path very long. So it's that's the main goal is to identify. And we were putting afterwards at Old Palm and I was asking Will, how crazy is this look? And you're oh, it's good. And I was no way. Feeling real in this game. And I guarantee you that's what I'm doing tomorrow. I know what it looks like, what I don't like about it. It's just that method and I'll get back to it. But so that's my main goal is putter and then the moves we were working on today. I got to work on my separation. If I do those 2 things, I know my wedge game will fall into place. So I actually only help my short game. So it's that.
I think we talked a little about separation today, but I think one of the beauties, and I go back to, and she won't be listening to this podcast, but remember when I brought Erica Shepard out to TPC, you helped me because we were in Jacksonville. We needed a day to work. And then you were talking to her about, hitting 3/4 shots and knowing all the distances. And that was a great learning experience for her. And then you and I spent our normal 7-8 minutes, right? Yvonne would say that's a lifetime, but I put the stick under your feet. You remember about right? And basically, a little after that, but since then, everything I've seen about you has been really focused for the most part, maybe different ways, but a lot of the same things.
Yeah.
And you've mentioned multiple times tonight, maturity, you're 34.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest difference between now and before when you were frustrated and didn't do what you had was now your willingness to accept it's okay to work like it does. Like, and if you go try something and you hit a couple bad shots, doesn't mean it's doing the wrong thing, but you know you're working back towards getting where you were.
Yeah.
And I think, like, as a teacher and a coach, like, it's been pretty cool sitting back watching you. Like, you're still Luke Guthrie sitting here drinking wine and us having fun.
Yeah.
And still think you should have got the tater tots. But
onion rings.
were the onion rings good?
Fire.
Yeah, they're
awesome.
good there. Hurricane Wings. First of all, why is Hurricane not sponsoring us?
That's nice.
But anyway, so, but like watching you, like, you're different with your acceptance of that it's okay to work on something for a while, and it doesn't have to. I think that's cool for him to see that, like, to work on something, it doesn't have to just come right then.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the cool things about him is I like guys that are willing to work on things for a long period of time and understand. I think that's what it takes.
Absolutely. I mean, you're not going to fix, I mean, just in general, like, you're not going to fix a bad habit in 2 weeks. Like, we were joking earlier talking about, like, back in school, like, the guys that would grind the week of the tournament, like, ramp up their practice 2 or 3 days before the tournament. Like, that's not when the practice is done. The practice was done 2 months ago for
You can
the
be in
tournament
scoring
that's
mode
tomorrow. Right.
2 days out.
Exactly. And I think being able to stick to the same stuff, it gives me confidence knowing that, like, I got to do the same thing every day, and if I don't do it, it's my fault, right? Like, I've got to put the work in to do it, and it'll keep getting better.
And not to harp on my round of golf, I was disappointed how I played today, but, like, I've been trying. I feel like everybody's so good now, in pro golf. It's like everybody does everything really good, and, like, really happy with what's going on, and, like, coming back to these, I would call it like a baseline, just like good. I'm like good at golf. I hit it pretty good, and, like, trying to find these little incremental gains, like, within that. That's like when you just notch above somebody, and, like, you own that little flighted cut on the bear trap a little more than the next guy, and that all adds up in 72 holes. And clearly I got a little off, like, just the 15 minutes today. My turn's not very good. Like, I was kind of doing this at the top, but, like, now I don't freak out at all. I know, just go home, get my baseline back going in the right direction.
Because you've been there when you've sat there, even when you weren't working on your game as a kid, you would be sitting in my teaching bay in Mobile, and, like, you'd watch all. But, like, the cool thing was, like, you did it 1 or 2 times correct. You go, okay, that's what I was doing, and then it was like, cool, I'm good, right? And it was like, once you kind of felt it, and, like, the ball wasn't good, but the contact was. I remember the one ball went right, and I was like, I was about to say that wasn't bad, and you're like, nope, that's it. Like, I know the ball wasn't good, but
I just hit it right. Like,
right?
You give me a bag of balls, I got that fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I want the motion to be like that. So, yeah, it's just now it's time to go log hours.
And I think as teachers, like, our job with you guys, especially as you get older, is we're just like a set of eyes and a guide to help you get back, like, especially for you to what you feel and what you know. And then every now and then a resource for you to say, I've been kind of feeling this. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, I don't think, like, we introduce ever anything. And I think if you go to a teacher at your stage and they tell you to do some shit you've never done, you probably should run, right? Yeah. And I think it's different bringing somebody young up, like we were talking to that kid on the phone, but, like, what with you, like, it shouldn't be about changing you. We should be just helping you find out how to get back to where you were, because you're one of the best players in the world.
That was the session today. I think I hit one really nice one, and the ball went straight.
That's the one he went, oh yeah.
That was it. That's what I used to do, but it's even better now. Like, my motion's cleaner, but my contact isn't. I don't get my separation all how I used to do when I was 24. It's
10 years ago.
It's gonna be a little harder now, but it's there. I can do it. But just to feel that contact, it's like, oh man, that's it. Like, I can control that face very well, and I'm lucky that I played so well right away, and I know I have those feels of what made me a really good iron player. That was probably one of my strengths, iron play. And putting were the two reasons I played well on the PGA Tour. And so as soon as I feel that, the club and the handle just a little lower, the interaction with the turf, it's like I don't even care where the ball goes in that moment. I just know that's home. That's right. I will find the face.
It's like you and that ball.
Yeah, it's like what I said today. Like we were working on it, and the ball was frankly going everywhere. But we were doing the right thing, and I said, I just need to get on a rope and feel where that club face is. Right, like I can figure that out. We just got to make sure that we've got it in the right position on the way down. Right.
I think as a teacher, it's cool, but as a player, it's even better. You both guys have said we've all different ways, but gotten the information, and then you've got to go figure it out. And I think a lot of players and students come to you and they expect the lesson to fix them, right? We've all known players that like are good players and they get lost and they get that, and like they come to you and they like, well, we're good, right? Like you know, right? And it's more about like, let's figure it out. And we all agree. And you obviously see signs of stuff. But then you ultimately, that's why like you go win the Masters, like obviously, we're all proud and played a part, but like you're the guy that hit the shots, right? No teacher hits the shots. Yeah. You're the guy that's still got to do it. And I think I think sometimes that's what players miss and going to get lessons like or to work. It's like, I give Emilio credit and Rick Lamb a lot of credit. Emilio been working on the same thing and had a stretch where, you got her and he didn't play it, right? But he kept sticking with it because he saw the stats were getting better and wasn't necessarily, you play a tournament and you play 3 good rounds, 9 holes isn't great. You finish 50th or whatever, right? And he's seen it. And then he's all of a sudden like 3 weeks in a row. And really like Rick Lamb had 3 years he didn't play up to where he was coming off PGA Tour when we started. And now he's been playing really good and solid again. But he said one time, like, hey, I can see and I know we're getting better. I'm the one that's got to go do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Such stages to it. It's like everybody says that you do it first of all, you just see it's possible. You do it once on a range. Like I'm talking about that one shot in the bay off a mat. Well, how about you go do it off grass? Mm-hmm. How about you go do it on the range multiple times? How about you go do it playing with your buddies? Playing in a minor league event. How about at second stage, final round of second stage? And these are all different animals. I think it's fun to go, like you see some like vintage Tiger kind of stuff of like 99 and you can see his swing. I saw a clip recently of him, like he hits a bad shot. I think it was 99 and he's like rehearsing what 2000 became. So, I mean, he's grinding probably between 98 and I don't know when he did all that. There's pretty drastic changes. He's pretty across the line in 97.
I know Butch got him much wider.
Yeah.
More width, more stretch on playing.
Yeah.
All 3 things I particularly like.
But like, I mean, that best golfer probably ever took him 1.5 years to own it in a tour event. And when he did, it was over. But
there's an old story and I'm not 100% accurate on these. This is all, it's been 20 years since I was somebody like Nick Price was bouncing around playing mini tours. They've been working on the same things for years and years. And then, one day, all of a sudden he goes out there, been working on the same thing, and he plays great. And he tells somebody, man, I've got it now. It's finally coming.
Yeah.
2 years later, he's the number 1 player in the world. I mean, that's I've probably embellished some. It's been a long time since I heard it as a really young teacher, but but it shows you, like, being the best doesn't come overnight. Nobody you go to, no matter how good they are, can give you one thing that's going to change your life in an hour. And it takes working on something a good while to have success. And more importantly, though, the one quality I listened to all of y'all and I was listening, like, thinking about the stories is those players believed they were good enough and that they were on the right track. I know you've had dark days.
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever woke up and, like, when you hit a good go, like, I'm not good enough to be one of the best players.
Yeah, and like you bring up the Nick Price, I've never heard that. It's like he's number 1 player in the world, obviously everybody's in watching him hit balls like, wow, look how great of an iron player. I never got to see Nick Price hit balls, but iron
people
player,
are going
right?
to see this. I'm pretty sure it's Nick Price. It was 20-some years ago. Hank told me the story. I can't remember. That's for the gist. Okay, go ahead. I'm just giving that as a disclaimer in case some like Alexander Shinara somewhere is going to sue me. But if he wants to advertise, we'll take it.
But he's hitting golf. Nick Price is hitting golf shots in his mini tours that are number one player in the world quality. It's just doing it endlessly. Mm-hmm. He didn't all of a sudden stand up a 4-iron better. He just did it more. Mm-hmm. That's the beauty of our game. If me and Will own what we're doing and just keep hitting good shots, I know where we'll be. We'll be at the sharp end of the PGA Tour. Like Scheffler, like, is amazing and like does everything. Like, I don't think I can hit shots that he does. That's fine. He hits those shots just constantly. Boom, 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 like a metronome. You do that,
but also
they can't keep you out.
People forget, that he went out there had to go to the Korn Ferry Tour, right? And then he did get on tour, but when he first got it, he wasn't the number one player.
Yeah,
right. I mean, there's a process to all of that.
All that,
And you look at guys that had it instantly. Jordan and JT. I mean, JT's won. They both won majors and stuff, but they've also both had down times, right? And you watch them like there aren't many. You can count Tiger that don't have down periods.
Yeah,
Tiger's obviously a lot by injury, but like still, I mean, Jack had a period. There was, obviously as he got older, but like it's a hard ass game.
Yeah, and it's like no matter who you are, I feel like you gotta like build yourself back up. I can feel myself doing that right now. It's like I gotta hit that shot when I really want to hit it. You just got to hit it in different scenarios and situations and different feelings that you have. And until then, like that's when you got it. That's happened all those.
Will, parting shot. How long have we been doing this today?
We've been doing this for 40 minutes.
About our minute. Ron normally tucks me in.
Try 35 minutes.
Okay,
exactly. But
give me your parting thought. What are you thinking about? I mean, he hit some. I know you hit it left to right. He hit a couple dead in the nuts bullet draws today that would have made your heart sing.
Well,
they would have.
It feels good because I went probably 2 years where I hit it off the toe about every time I swung at an iron.
And I'm not fired yet.
About 2 years where I just smashed it right off the toe.
We talked about a guy today fired me after finishing up the other money list, and you've hit it off the toe for 2 years.
I did.
I how to live. That's why.
had wear marks on the toe of my irons and just played it for 2 years, and now I got to where we figured out to where started hitting it out of the middle of the face, and that was thrilling.
2 years.
That was thrilling to hit it out of the middle of the face, and now we're starting to draw it. So look out.
You sound like it's all been bad. That's so manufactured. But
no, but it's getting there, and I'm excited. I think just keep doing the same stuff we've been doing. I know I say that every time, but I mean it really is the only way. The only way to do it, and in my opinion, is keep doing the same stuff until you're doing it every time.
I'm going to tell you a trait that both of y'all have that I've seen in people that are great is that both of y'all take responsibility for what happens and are always like, I could have done this better or I should have done this better. I've never heard either of y'all, even when you said, hey, I'm going to go try to do something different, right? It's never been like, that we all know the player, the people that every time they don't succeed or don't get through something, it was, I got the bad draw. I leave this guy because he wasn't doing this or whatever, right? You take responsibility and accountability. And I think I really do think that's like, one, I think that's a rare trait nowadays, but two, I think that's that's like one of my favorite things when I evaluate a player that says they want to be good. It's like, even if they've come to me from another teacher, it's like the ones that come from another teacher is like, this guy didn't do this, this, and this, and this for me. Versus like, hey, you know what? I've been lost. I've tried a lot of things. I haven't been able to do this. I haven't been able to, right?
Yeah.
Like, I hear the difference in that. And I think the fact that, and I will shut up after this and let Luke say something smart, but I think the ability that, like, where you take ownership for yourself and accountability, I think is a big deal towards being successful in this game.
For sure.
Well, you said something one time that really stuck with me. It was a late night at Patches, but it was truly profound. You said, I forget who you were talking about or if you were talking about anybody at all, but you said,
sure, I was talking about somebody.
You said you don't just wake up one day and suck. And I think about that all the time. Like, if you go out there and play a bad round, like, you don't suck as a golfer. Like, just a bad day, maybe you slept wrong or something. Like, you got to keep doing the same stuff. Like, you don't just get bad overnight. Like, you got to put the work in to get it back to where it was.
The best players to me, when it really comes down to it, have that attitude that they're one good swing, one good hole, one good 9 holes away from back to being wherever they're trying to be. Those are what, like, and it's amazing how short their memory is, right? And then the guys that maybe, like, they talk about how long it's been bad. I listened to you tonight. You never really talk to you, like, I didn't play it, but like, man, I'm back to doing it, right? It's always looking forward, never looking at all the.
It is amazing, like, the putting, I struggled on the greens today. Like I said, I was kind of trying something that I thought was right, but I don't think that's the way forward, and kind of got shown that today. But, like, just putting on the green tonight at Old Palm, and, like, just a couple putts like that were so good. And just the feeling you get, you're just like, oh, I'm never missing again. Yeah. If I can just do that, like, I'm never missing. Like, that's it. But, like, that's a freaking crazy game that we play.
Culver's free for the rest of your life.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Not for your fitness. Guys, I'm sure we probably won't have us all again on until into Q School. Although you guys are always welcome down here at the Golf Dorm, where we'll have some Epic Western next time. I'll go to the store and get some. And they ought to just send us some here. I don't know why we don't. But anyways, Will, go kick some ass.
Appreciate it. It's always a treat.
You're
Love
the best.
hanging out.
He's the best hanging out. Guthrie?
Sure.
Thanks for coming back, hanging out with
us.
You're the best.
Always.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Becoming the most valuable sports franchise in the world doesn't happen without risk. A man who's willing to bet it all, and the players ready to make their own luck. America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, is the story of the 1990s Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones's impact on NFL history. Featuring interviews with iconic 90s players and more. Watch America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, August 19th, only on Netflix.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.